ng Feast Magazine, Father Fiel Pareha mula sa Archdiocese ng San Fernando, Pampanga at Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. Dito sa Kapet Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Listen to music that uplifts the soul from the library of the Jesuit Music Ministry. This is the JMM Playlist on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Feeling blue? Ever thought of looking into the bright side of things? Let us help you out. Join our light, engaging, and inspiring conversations with our Chaplains on Air. Hosted by Father Junji Bargayo and Father Henry Ponce of the Society of Jesus. Chaplains on Air. The chaplains are now in. Here on Chaplains on Air. Thursdays at 6 p.m. only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
To listen to music that uplifts the soul, follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music on YouTube. Our music is also available on iTunes and Deezer.
Calling on all young male professionals. Do you wish to live an extraordinary life? Are you tired of the routine and mundane and long for a dynamic, adventurous, and even dangerous life? Do you wish to make your life count and hope to make an impact long after you're gone? Do you wish to live a life of service to society, to country, and to dear Mother Earth? Then you are the one we are looking for. Consider the Society of Jesus. Join the Church's gallant army and turn your world upside down. Call the Jesuits Vocations Promotions Team 426-6101, local 3406. Once again, 426-6101, local 3406.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Voice of W Eagle kami, di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Ipagka Blue Eagle, galing hiting at tigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Coming up next, the music class on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle kami, di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong.
ulo, lipat na Blue Eagle, kaningiting nagiging blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan.
It's time for the music class. Join us for an evening of learning music and appreciating the art behind every hum, tune, and beat. Listen to engaging performances and insights from some of the top and upcoming musicians in the scene today. Tune in every Tuesday evening here on The Music Class. Let the music class begin.
May isang kuntimang naiba, daloy ay kayang hindi magwawakas. Nilikha buhat sa langit ng amang tapat umibig, awitin kundi man ng langit. Himig ay sinulat ng kanyang dugo, titik ay hinugot sa pusong di magtatampo. Ang hatid ay kaligtasan at ang ating kalayaan, dinggin kundi man ito. Kay hiwaga ng pag-ibig na dulot mo, kasalanan ko'y nilimot ng totoo. Sa kabila ng ginawa ko, ako'y mahal na mahal mo. Ay hihigit pa ba sa pag-ibig mo? Nilikha buhat sa langit ng amang tapat umibig, awitin kundi man ng langit. Sana'y tugunan ang haranang ito, na binuhay ng kamatayang pinangtubos. Sugat ay paghihinuin, lumis na dililinisin, damhin pagsuyong ito. Kay hiwaga ng pag-ibig na dulot mo, kasalanan ko'y nilimot ng totoo. Sa kabila ng ginawa ko, ako'y mahal na mahal mo. May hihigit pa ba sa pag-ibig mo? May hihigit pa ba sa kundimang ito.
Maayong gabi, good evening with love to the max. Welcome to the music class. This is your only music education class on air, live streaming here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM, as well as on our Facebook page and YouTube channel and our other social media platforms. We are also live here at the Radyo Katipunan studio together with our guests this evening. I am your host, Mary RJ Alicante Max, your one and only RJ with love to the max. Unfortunately, Sir Jonathan won't be able to be with us this evening, but of course, we'll get to see him in the next episodes of the music class kasi hindi rin talaga makakompleto yung the music class show without him. Also, tonight is another special episode as this marks the start or the first episode of the third season of the music class. Kaya without further ado, let us introduce and welcome Director Alegria Ferrer. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Good evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Maupay na gabi sa inyong tatanan. Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. My name is Alegria Ocampo Ferrer, and tonight I will talk about music, and in particular, music theater, which is very close to my heart, as I handle the opera program of the UP College of Music, Voice, Music Theater, and Dance Department. And tonight, I would like to explain a little bit and obidize this interaction between us and give you a clear idea of what you will expect, and maybe I will be able to use the knowledge and skills that you might need as actors, as directors, and probably you can use that to make music theater more pleasurable. And by the end of our interview, I would like you to know that music theater, Sarswela, Broadway opera, is not just for anyone, but for everyone. For you, for me, it's everywhere, because opera, drama, music theater is the mirror of society. It is our story.
Wow, thank you so much for that introduction, ma'am. Before we start, ma'am, I would really love to say that I love your voice. It's so nice po, and it's so soothing po, na pangpakalma po talaga siya. And you mentioned po about how powerful musical theater po, and for you po, what makes it so powerful?
Oh, because, music theater is no different from Korea, Chinese dramas, Filipino or Mexican telenovelas. It is text and music in action. So the only difference is the language is a little bit elevated. And we make use of visuals. We make use of sets. We make use of costumes. We make use of lights and other technical matters. But it is basically the same, and we do it live. So that is, I think, the main difference between watching a telenovela and watching a live play or music theater.
For us beginners po, ma'am, who doesn't know much about musical theater, and maybe some of our audience and listeners here in Radyo Katipunan, where should we begin po about knowing, or what should we know first about musical theater?
First, music theater is the mirror of society with music. It explores. It is an expression of our personal societal or cultural worlds. No, it makes use of an elevated language, and it uses well thought melodies. It is enhanced by movements and visuals, and it engages and challenges the audience. So by the end of a music production, one would ask himself or herself, where am I on that stage? And how did it affect me? Did it make me cry? Did it make me laugh? Did it make me contemplated? And will it make me a better person? So how do we start? You start with that desire of being more sensitive to your environment, because even the trees have sound, it has movement. And when you listen to music, the purpose of music is, number one, to educate, and number two, to entertain. So as educators, we have this responsibility to make sure that we present music at its best. We explain to our audience why is music A different from music B, and regardless of the language, regardless of the genre, it doesn't really matter. Because at the end of the day, the audience, who is the third party in this production, would be the best person to judge what it is or what it was to them, that when they go home, they can share it with their families, with their friends. And that is the essence of music. That is the essence of literature. That's the essence of dance, of arts, of philosophy, is for families and friends, for the society to be brought together and find a common theme to talk about, and it would make life more meaningful and beautiful. Yeah.
Well, hearing your stories po and your sharing, it's really clear how passionate you are to musical theater. And if it's okay with you po, would you like to share a specific story on how you started being like an advocate for musical theater, or how you started to love music and theater?
Well, as a music student, I started as a singer, and then I concertized, and then after that, I began to teach. And even before, when I was singing, I noticed that there are not too many music theater directors in the country. So at the moment, I'm the only opera stage director in the Philippines. And there should be more, but it's a good start. I'm alone, and I'm mentoring our students and bringing opera not only to UP, but I invite from other conservatories as well. So I've been doing this for more than a decade now, and as far as I could remember, it has been a collaborative one, and I'm making it as participatory as possible with everyone is represented, like my philosophy is, for anyone who would like to be on stage, there will always be space for you.
Pwede na po ba akong mag-start as part of the musical theater, maging singer or actress? Oh, you also have been acting po, like
Yes,
as part
yes.
of
I
the
did.
musical.
I did a couple of plays. I was Lady Macbeth. I was Phaedra. I did some straight plays as well, and did operas.
Well,
Yeah.
as a singer and actress, a director po, how was your experience overall po? Like the ups and downs being part of musical theater?
Well, I directed in Europe, and the main difference that they have over there and we have over here is that there the people are more into classical music and opera, and they have more budget. Here, we have to, we have to do with what we have. So most of my opera productions have minimal set, everything's minimal, but the talent, the voice, the projection is as good as how it is elsewhere in the world. So with the advent of technology, it is even easier because we can see them and they can see us. So the playing field is leveled, and we have more chance to be heard, to be seen. And I think we should really be more involved in presenting ourselves on social media.
Would you be able to say po ba na it is more accessible nowadays to all ages, to all people? And how is it accessible po nowadays?
Well, everyone carries a cell phone with internet possibility. So having said that, the playing field is already leveled. It is up to us to know how we would be presenting ourselves. So, mag-aaral po tayo kung paano po ang pinakamagandang posibleng paraan para po maipakita natin kung ano ang ating kakayanan para mabigyan po tayo ng pagkakataon na sumikat at makilala sa ating munting kakayanan, which is social media, and it's very, very powerful. And when you present yourself, ang dami na. Hindi mo na kailangan ng malaking set. Labas ka lang. It's really how you present yourself. With AI, with the advent of AI, all we need to do is study how it's done. Then we will have a greater chance to being, exposed. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, ma'am, for amazing sharing about musical theater and your passion for it and how it is reachable to many. And ngayon po that we know about how powerful musical theater is to the people and in our lives, what should our next steps forward po para mas makapag-explore pa po kami about musical theater?
First and foremost, you have an instrument, and for singers, it is their instrument. It's free, it's in your body, and your investment is the time that you will allot yourself to hone your talent. Investment is getting the best education. And for those who are from the provinces, worry not. Everything is on YouTube. All you have to do is compare what you see and find what is comfortable and suited for your own voice. And importante rin po na nagpaparinig po tayo. Now, what is beautiful about education now is that nakalat na po ang decentralized na po ang edukasyon ngayon. You go to any province, there is always an institution, a music institution, and ito pong mga ito ay mga bihasa na mga nag-aral po sa mga universidad, at sila po ay nabigyan ng technique kung paano po magturo at paano po gagawin ang mga dapat po nating matutunan. So, all you have to do is really open your eyes, open your ears, and have that encouragement to push yourselves and have that extra energy to be hopeful and always start your day, with a smile. And sinasabi ko po palagi sa mga estudyante natin, magkaroon ka ng short, medium, and long-term plans para po ang bawat araw, ang bawat buwan, ang bawat taon ay nagagamit po ninyo ng mahusay at wala pong nasasayang na oras.
But, sa tingin niyo po ba, need po ba na may talent na po from the very start to pursue musical theater?
Okay, that's a very good question. Because, talent kasi dalawa ang pinanggagalingan. Isa po is by nature. By nature, ang mga Pilipino ay very musical. Kahit po anong trabaho, kahit punta kayo sa palengke, sa mga beauty parlor, lahat po kumakanta sa construction. Yung gumagawa po ng bubong ng kapitbahay namin, sumisipol pa po habang nagpupukpok ng bubong. So talaga, it's really next to nature to us. And the other is you nurture it. So yung pong mga magulang po na ang kanilang mga anak ay pinag-aaral na po nila sa murang edad, ito po ay kahit may nakitaan sila ng talento o hindi, ang musika po ay isang magandang edukasyon. It gives us confidence. It allows us to know each and every part of our bodies. It projects our voices. And now I'm looking straight at the camera, and I feel very comfortable doing that because I am using my voice and I know how to use it. So you need not be a singer, you need not be a musician to study music. No. It's something that all of us would have to go through at one point in our lives. Like for example, ako, at one point of my life, I was a runner. I was a swimmer. And ngayon po na I'm already a senior citizen, I go back to those and remember the discipline and remember how it made my back straight. And ang dami pong pwedeng magawa sa atin ng maraming bagay. Because education, music in particular, is eclectic. It involves a lot of discipline. It involves, number one, philosophy. Kailangan po merong theme, meron tayong gusto nating tahakin kung meron tayong produce or isa-stage na isang musical, isang Broadway or isang Sarswela. Importante din po, kasama dito ang literatura. Kailangan po may text. So, it involves philosophy, it involves literature, it involves dance, because most songs are based on dance. It involves architecture, it involves visual arts, it just involves everything. So you look around you, there's music. And if there's none, you create it in your mind. And your life would be more meaningful. You just don't turn left or turn right, or pitikin mo ang isang halaman. No, there's that grace that if there's music in your mind, that there's ang ganda naman. So you become more sensitive. You become more compassionate. So it is important that we include music in our lives, because some things cannot be explained. Some things cannot be said. You can just hear it and feel it. That is the essence of the arts. That is the essence of music.
Grabe po, like, really how powerful art can be in our lives. Ang music, ang theater, powerful na nga po yung music. And then yung theater, how we use our bodies, our voices, the literature, the text. Then pas, i-combine pa po siya. Grabe, it can impact a lot of people po talaga. For you po, ma'am, what do you think stop people from pursuing these things po?
Oh, economics. But, let me tell you that at times, material elements as food will not nourish you. When you have that, you will look for something deeper. And music is that food that could enter our spirit and our soul. But yes, economics. First, we have to be practical. So, yes, I wish I could say more, but I will just focus on what I think I am an expert of, which is music.
Yes, music. For you po, what can you advise to the listeners and viewers who still wish to pursue them po despite their limitations po?
Okay. Music has no boundaries. It doesn't know age. It doesn't know gender. Everyone is equal. You can be 80 years old and you would like to start singing, and it's all right. And to those who took other disciplines because economics dictated them to be more practical, after that, they go back to their first love, which is music. Then it is all right. And no boundaries, no language. You can sing in any language and it's all right. You can sing using any genre and it's all right. It's what you want to project and how it is taken in by the one who is listening, which is important. That you undergo a catharsis. It's like you cleanse your soul after a good concert, be it rock, be it Blackpink, be it an opera, be it community theater Sarswela in any language. It is how it affected your audience, which has the truest and the highest value.
Yes, and ma'am, I think it would also be nice for our audience to hear once more kung ano po yung talent na meron po ng bawat isa. Like, we'd love to hear more again from our opening number, si bass baritone Avelino. Would you like to introduce him po?
Yes.
Tell him more up.
Avelino Abet Guande is a graduate of the UP College of Music. He's a bass baritone. And we worked together for 6 operas already. And yes, we are looking forward to more. And tonight, he will, for his second song, he will sing an aria from an opera. from Don Giovanni.
Wow, thank you so much for gracing us with your music, bass baritone, Avelino. Yun po yung live performance from one of the opera singers. Am I right po? Sa mga sinasabi po ni Ma'am Alegria kanina about how we can use our voice, our body as instruments in musical theater and to share music to everyone. And back po to Ma'am Alegria, I read a comment po in our Facebook page. Wait, let me see it po again. Okay, here. We got a comment from Sir Jonathan po. He said po, thank you so much, Dr. Alegria Ferrer, for continuing the Sarswela tradition. And he has a question po. His question is, why is it that you are the only one directing Sarswelas nowadays?
I cannot answer that, but what I am answerable for is why am I doing it? I am encouraging community theaters, community music theaters, and Sarswela is a great form of music theater that can be staged from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We have a rich selection of zarzuelas in different language. In Ilocano, in Visaya, in Waray, in the Bicol region. And this is a call for our local governments and even for the national government to please encourage our communities to expand and join community productions, and Sarswela is one of them. So, marami na po ako napuntahan sa Visayas po hanggang sa Mindanao at sa Luzon, at nakikita ko po na thriving ngayon ang music theater, and it involves the ordinary people. Why? Because Sarswela is our story. Sarswela is talked about the hardships of Filipinos during the late 18th century, and Walang Sugat is one of them. But we have modern zarzuelas. Writers and composers keep on creating new stories which talk about our lives. So, kung gusto po nating payamanin pa ang ating musical heritage, ako po ay nananawagan sa mga local government units na suportahan po natin ang ating mga barangay, ang ating mga municipalities. Kung gusto po nilang magpalabas, no matter how simple, it is their participation, which is the first step. Yun pong kagustuhan nila na lumabas at sumama po sa society. At music po ay isang magandang halimbawa na mawawala po ang kanilang mga pagiging mahiyain at kakanta po sila na parang opera, pero hindi. They're making fun of themselves, but it's all right because they are able to express. Because music theater, opera, Sarswela is an expression. So, kung ilalabas po natin yan pong ating mga kasiyahan at kalungkutan, galit. Kahit po galit, importante po na mailabas po natin yan at mailabas po natin yan sa magandang paraan, sa isang artistic na paraan. At isa po dito ay ang Sarswela. At sa akin po, dahil ako po ay nasa kolehiyo ng musika, ay ang opera po. Meron po tayong mga opera na Pilipino. At yan po ay nagawa na rin po natin. So, it's really awareness and being able to transmit to ordinary people that music, classical music, opera, Sarswela, is not for the elite. It's for anyone. It's for everyone. And you are encouraged to join. And for our local government, let us support. Pag meron pong nakikita tayo ng mga nag-compete po sa mga plaza, sa mga basketball court, sa mga liga, lagyan po rin natin ng musika. Bakit po? Andun na yung mga andun na po ang tao. Meron na po tayong captive audience. So, as I said, everything in this world is eclectic. We navigate. We go around each other's discipline, and respect for each discipline is important. And knowing a little of everything would help. What I'm saying is, kung ikaw ay, for example, ikaw ay ikaw ay nasa medisina, meron ka ring posibilidad na magkaroon ng pasyente na takot sa ineksyon. Maghuhuni ka ng konti. It will really calm a person's spirit, and things would be more productive and more pleasurable. Para po sa mga nasa sitwasyon na may gera po or merong mga hindi pagkakaunawaan, let's pause for a while and open our ears and create our own music that gives us joy, music that made us go back to our childhood. Those are important events in our lives, and when you hear those melodies, it will calm you and maybe protect you from doing harm or harming yourself. So, importante po na meron po tayong sound na naririnig po galing sa ating puso, galing sa ating soul, galing sa ating childhood, galing sa ating creation, yung sarili natin, gumagawa tayo. You know, the best composers are kids. Hindi pa sila marunong magsalita, meron na silang hum. Maybe it reminded them of the voices of their mothers, or of what they heard while they were still in their mothers' wombs, no? So importante po yan na isasama po natin sa everyday life po natin ang musika, dahil marami pong magandang maibibigay ito sa atin. And I personally advocate community music theater. Sarswela sa buong Pilipinas. Gawa po tayo ng ordinaryong storya ng buhay ninyo. Kayo na po ang gumawa. Kayo na po ang magsulat. Kayo na po ang gumawa ng tono, ng melodiya. At kayo na rin po ang mag-present, ang inyo pong municipality, at kayo na rin po ang magkantahan. This is what we call participatory governance. It is very, very important that we encourage everyone to be part of the society. Kasi po, pag nagawa po natin yan, ang magiging resulta po niyan, ang mga tao po ay magboboto. Hindi lang po isang sektor ng society ang palaging andun po at nakapila. Lahat po tayo ay magkakaroon ng involvement because of that participatory thinking po. And that is what I advocate.
That's so beautiful po, hearing your reason why you're pursuing this field, and thank you for reminding us how important it is to have the support of the government, the LGUs, and the other sectors in society, and how music can be an avenue for us to express ourselves, to share our identity, and how it can also shape our identity. And nga po, nasabi niyo po yung terms na opera, sarswela, and musical theater. Before ko po nalaman kung ano yon, nalilito po ako ano yung difference. And maybe some of our listeners and audience also don't know much about them. Pwede po ba ma-share kung ano po sila, ano po yung difference nila?
Okay, the opera is the highest vocal form of music. Ito po ay in the highest level of language, elevated language. At ang musika po na ginamit nito ay mga musikang ginawa po ng mga masters. And it usually takes 2 to 3 hours for an opera. Ang Broadway naman po ay isang form of music theater as well. And the language is more ordinary po, ordinaryong tao. Talks about ordinary people. Opera po kasi, it talks about the gods, goddesses, kings, mga datu, mga ano po, mga yes po. And then dumating po ang panahon na ang opera po ay naging istorya ng ordinary na tao. Nagkaroon po ng ito pong term na satire, na ginagaya po nila kung paano ang buhay ng mga mayayaman at pinagtatawanan po nila. Pinapakita po dito na ang mga tao po ay pare-pareho. Nag-iiba po ang mukha, nag-iiba ang pangalan, nag-iiba ang titulo, pero po ang kanilang aksyon ay pare-pareho. So what I'm saying is, opera is not about man. Music theater is not about man. Drama is not about man, but his action. Action of love, action of faith, action of forgiveness, of anger, of desperation, of revenge. Yan po yung mga acts. Mga action po ito. Ang mga tao po, nag-iiba. Andiyan po si Presidente ganito, First Lady ganito, andito po si Urduha, andito po si Cleopatra, andito po si Julius Caesar. Pare-pareho po yan. Lahat po yan ay merong katangian na katangian pang tao. Kaya po sinasabi ko sa aking mga estudyante na ang ating pinag-aaralan sa universidad ay hindi mga tao, kundi ang kanilang mga aksyon. Because that is what makes a person, what values a person, it is his action.
Gaya nga po ng sabi nila na, ma'am, na action speaks louder than words po. Wow. As a director po, and being exposed to opera, Broadway, Sarswela, and other forms of music, what do you think are the limitations and opportunities po in that field?
Okay. Again, with the advent of technology and social media, the playing field is more or less leveled. So, as thriving, as up and coming musicians, singers, actors, always reinvent yourselves. And aralin po ninyo kung paano nyo po maipipresenta ang mga sarili po ninyo in the best possible way to present. At kailangan po talaga is to hone our talents and be expert in a particular field. Sinasabi ko po sa mga estudyante ko para po mas maintindihan nila, kung ikaw ay nag-aral ng medisina, pagkatapos nun ay mag-aaral ka pa. Gusto mo bang maging specialized in heart, cardio, pagpapaganda, okay? Neurology, bones, at kapag ikaw po ay expert sa heart, meron ding pusong pangbata, meron ding pangmatanda. So, you know, education is ongoing. It doesn't stop. And before you know it, there is innovation. So technology is ever-changing. Even in the way you present yourself, even in the way that you sing. Nag-iiba rin po. May mga ano po yan eh. May mga period po yan. Katulad po ng sinabi ng mga mentors ko po sa education, ang periods po ay para pong hill. Tataas, bababa. So, limbawa po, period po ng mga Egyptians, ancient Egyptians, ang kanila pong focus ay nasa isa lang po. Ang kanilang God ay sun God. Di po ba? So after that, came the Greeks naman po. Okay? It's either you follow that same hill or you stop it. You neglect it. You completely turn around. So, ang mga Greko naman ay iba. Katakot-takot naman na gods and goddesses. So, naiba na naman. So, pagkatapos po nun, ang sentro ng power ay sa ancient Egypt ay nasa isa lamang. Ang pagdating po ng mga Greko, nag-introduce naman po sila ng mga city-states. So, naiba naman po. No? So, after that, nag-iba na naman. So, we entered what we call the medieval times or the dark ages. And again, the focus ay isa na naman. The focus is on God. No? So, yun po, ang ating pong mga paintings, lahat po ay tungkol sa Diyos. Ang mga churches, ang mga struktura po ay mga churches. Ang literatura po ay tungkol sa Panginoon. So, nag-iba na naman po. And then pagdating po ng Renaissance, the rebirth of the arts, na iba na naman po. Ang naging sentro naman ay rebirth of man. So, ang mga paintings naman ay tungkol sa mga tao. Mona Lisa. Yan po. So, ang kagandahan po ng edukasyon, ang kagandahan po ng history, ay makikita po natin ang daloy po ng pagbabago. Ang mga tao po, pare-pareho, nag-iiba lang ng pangalan. Pero po, ang kanila po mga aksyon ay iisa lamang. So, how mystical could that be? And if you can put that into literature, you can put that in philosophy, you can put that in dance, and huli po palagi kasi ang music. Kasi lahat po ng mga iyan ay lalagyan nyo ng sound. How beautiful could that be? So, lahat po ay original. And lahat po ay evolving. Lahat po ay nagbabago. And what is right today may be wrong tomorrow. And, with other philosophical themes, pwede po nating sabihin na ang time is, nagkataon lamang. What is yesterday can be tomorrow, and what is tomorrow can be today. So that is the magic of being alive. So it is up to us to be more sensitive, sensible, more compassionate to not only to one another but to nature. So napakaganda po ng kahit ano. It's really how you look at things. And I always tell my students, never stop learning, because there's always something new to learn. I'm learning from my students. And sometimes they laugh at me when I just drop my jaw and not knowing what they are talking about or what they are doing with their computers. Education now is coming into another dimension that perhaps in like 50 years, maybe we are no longer needed. Everything is on the net. But then again, who could deliver things like what we are doing right now without that emotion and that energy and that passion?
Yes po.
Siguro, we're still here to stay.
I mean, grabe po how interesting yung the world is ever changing po talaga, like the music, the art, the dynamic. With that being said po, how can one adapt to the constant changes you have in the world?
Adapt. That is the only way. We have to flow with the tide, and we cannot expect everyone to be in our small box or small universe. So it is important, it is imperative that we learn about all kinds of disciplines. That's the only way to understand. And although many things change, the only thing constant in this world is change. But there's also one word that will never change, and that is hope. So while there is hope, there there can be a future, a good future for each and every one of us.
Yes po. I really love our conversation throughout the show po, and I would love to say then to our listeners and viewers that if you still have more questions, feel free to drop them down in our comment section in the YouTube. In the YouTube, in the Facebook page, and Ma'am Alegria can answer them freely even after the show. And time check po, grabe ang bilis po ng 1 hour, and we're about to end the program. But would you love to say maybe a shout out also, or a final words or announcements for our listeners and viewers?
To the youth out there, to the parents of these youth, to the uncles, the lolas, the lolos, the stage is for all of us to enjoy and be part of. Join us, join me in spirit. Let us promote Sarswela Community Music Theater. Let us promote ourselves. Let us help one another. And lastly, I would like to thank Radyo Katipunan 87.9, Mary RJ, and Professor Jonathan Koo for inviting me over. Thank you so much. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma'am Alegria. Grabe, tonight's conversation with you po reminds us that art, music is not only for applause, for fame, but it's also a mission, a calling, and for us to embrace music and art and everything in the world around us. And also would also like to thank again Ma'am Alegria, Sir Avelino for our bass baritone, and to Sir Jonathan, Sir Jasit, Kuya Jojo, Kuya Brian, and of course to our dearest listeners and viewers here at Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM. Once again, this has been RJ, your one and only RJ with love to the max, your host for tonight. And we'll see you all next Tuesday at the same time at 7 p.m. So thank you so much with love to the max. And to close our evening, here is Ako'y Hindi Duwag from Walang Sugat by our bass baritone Avelino Guande.
San Martin, baka ako'y kanilang habulin, tatakbo akong matulin nang hindi nila abutin. Ay, San Anton, San Pedro, San Juan, huwag ninyong hayagang si Lucas ay tamaan. Anang nakamamatay, ay Diyos ko, ay nakakatakot, dangay walang bulok, narito ng putok. Ay, tinamaan ata ako sa likod. Hindi duwag, papatayin ko silang lahat. Kaya lamang ako'y nasisindak, madalas nagugulat. Sila'y lalabanan ko, pupugutan ang ulo. Pag di sila mapahamak at di sila maligtas, ako'y ewan ko. Ako'y hindi duwag, papatayin ko silang lahat. Kaya lamang ako'y nasisindak, madalas nagugulat. Sila'y lalabanan ko, pupugutan ang ulo. Pag di sila mapahamak at di sila maligtas, ako'y tatakbo.
It's time for the music class. Join us for an evening of learning music and appreciating the art behind every hum, tune, and beat. Listen to engaging performances and insights from some of the top and upcoming musicians in the scene today. Tune in every Tuesday evening here on The Music Class. Let the music class